Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Cohn Phone. The 49ers season starts a week from tomorrow in Detroit. I'm going to be there. Week from today, I'm going to be flying nonstop from SFO to Detroit. It's going to be a lot of fun, but I would like to take your calls today. So, link is in the chat box, link is in the description. Feel free to call in and let's talk about what you want to talk about. I got a lot on my mind. Been thinking a lot about the Lions, why they're awful, why the Niners at least have in a good position week one. Been thinking about the future of offensive football and how Trey Lance plays right into that and how Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't. And what else? Try to think about how you always say, you got to keep a quarterback in the pocket because he could get hurt running around. Don't all the quarterback injuries happen in the pocket? Brady's happened in the pocket. Carson Palmer's leg injury happened in the pocket. Jimmy got hurt in the pocket last year. Joe Burrow, catastrophic leg injury in the pocket. Steve Young's career ended in the pocket. RG3's knee injury in the pocket. Don't all the injuries happen in the pocket? Isn't that the most dangerous place? I mean, if you were going against the 49ers, isn't that where D'Amico Ryans wants you? With Eric Armstead and Dee Ford and Nick Bosa coming at you. As soon as the quarterback gets out of the pocket, those guys aren't a factor anymore. I'm just saying. Jeremy, what's up, dude? Oh, Jeremy's not here. See if Jeremy can untime out. Man, you guys don't have much to say today. It's all right. Let me see if Jeremy's ready. I don't know. He's got some low latency, it looks like. What's up? How you doing?
What up? Hey, I'm doing good, man. Long time no see. It's been a while, man. Hey, good stuff this week, man. You've been pushing it. You know I love it. I appreciate that effort, man. God, I always tell you that $50, $40 bottle of wine is really worth what I'm telling you, that value of that bottle is much more.
I'm just bitter that I lost because of a broken finger. I mean, come on.
You got hey man, I don't think if everyone on the 49ers squad had as much heart as you, dude, you know what I mean? You don't quit. You don't back down, man. I love it. I love it. I was like, damn. Even now you're going hard. Like
it's not even that I'm so against Jimmy. I think I'm tough on Jimmy, but when I step back, I just feel like pocket quarterbacks can't work anymore. Like everyone's loving Mac Jones right now. Everyone loved Joe Burrow last year. What happened to Joe?
He got
hurt. And I feel like what happens to Jimmy? He gets hurt. Unless you're Tom Brady or about like Hall of Fame level and you have a really good offensive line, hey, dude, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. It's dangerous.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Yeah. I wanted to go out on a limb and talk about rushing yards. I don't want to sound blasphemous and say Jimmy's going to run for 1,000 yards. No. But how many yards do you think Jimmy will run for this year?
Jimmy? 50. 75.
I think he'll have that in 2 games.
Okay.
I know. When I saw him run, that's why every week I'm like, did you see that run? He looks confident on that leg now, man. Okay. He looks better.
Okay.
He looks better. And he looks, I don't know, no weirdo, but he looks thicker. Like if you look at his legs, he looks a little thicker in the legs. He doesn't look all frail. He doesn't look like he's
not wearing the brace.
Right. He doesn't look like he's brittle, man. I don't know. I can't wait to see it. I'm pulling.
That's an interesting thing. I mean, like when Patrick Mahomes went to the Chiefs, it kind of brought out the deep passer in Alex Smith finally because he realized that that's why he was getting replaced. Maybe Trey Lance will awaken the mobile quarterback and Jimmy. Seems like he is already.
We don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe bad Jimmy stays, and if so, by week 3. He's out of there, he's out of there. It remains to be seen, and I'm gonna go with them. You know my stance on it. We don't have to beat the dead horse. But my take on that, on the whole rushing yards and how many runs he's gonna be running, I don't know, man. I'm looking at Jimmy's runs, and I'm like, he's got a fire so big under his, you know what?
All I want to say about Jimmy real quick, and I'm getting these comments, and the thing is like, dude, Jimmy, you want to run? Great. Get out of bounds. Slide.
Yes, slide.
You know what I'm saying? Like the first run he had was perfect. He got out of the pocket quickly, like quicker than Trey does, and he slid. Great, perfect. The second one was not good. Don't ever do that again, especially in the preseason.
You're talking about
don't freaking do that, because that to me reminded me of what he did when he tore his ACL. And I feel like most injuries when quarterbacks get outside the pocket is quarterbacks fighting for extra yards on the sideline. Like, don't ever do that. Colin Kaepernick never got hurt scrambling because he got out of bounds and he slid, as opposed to RG3, who I believe initially got hurt by Haloti Ngata along the sideline, but if ultimately tore everything in his knee on a low snap against the Seahawks in the playoffs when his knee just gave out in the pocket. But yeah, if you're running, get out of bounds.
Get out of bounds, man.
Get out of bounds, Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that. Yep. And then the whole Jalen Hurd thing, I'm starting to feel how you feel, man. We got to see it. We got to see it, man. They got to use him. Let's see. Let's see.
I'm not accusing Jalen Hurd of anything. Of course, I've talked to him once, I think, but I'm just saying, if I were a player who was hurt and I knew I really can't play, and if I did play, kind of could end my career, I would just kind of try to do the minimum, always rehab, and right when I'm about to get cut, come out and practice once or twice. That's just what I would do, because I want to make $4 million as opposed to $2 million.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's not doing anything wrong. The Niners are the team that overinvested in him, and they're the ones that are in a quandary. He's doing what he should do, and the Niners are like, I think he's going to be healthy. And then the next day, he's like, oh, no, I'm not healthy.
Yep.
I don't know.
I think he's been trying to save it for the actual game. Practice.
Well, he's
tired of getting hurt in practice.
Too much. He's proven so much. He doesn't need practice.
No, he hasn't proved it. He hasn't proven anything. But I think he's one of those guys where he's like Jimmy. He sucks in practice. Or we're tired of him getting hurt in practice. If you want to get hurt in the game.
Fair. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Right, I don't know. I gotta get some more callers in because I only got an hour today. But that was a good call, man. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, Jimmy says, "Sup, Grant? You haven't spoken much about Kyle Juszczyk. How has he been this offseason, preseason? How do you think he will contribute this season?" You know, I asked McDaniel about that, and he was like, "Nah, we're going to keep using the same way." All of a sudden, they've been throwing it to him more. So I think he's going to get the ball more. What's up, Jose?
What's up, Grant?
How you doing?
Doing good. About yourself?
I'm hanging in there.
Hey, so I just wanted your thoughts on how do you think the season's going to go? Like your thoughts or predictions in general. When it comes to the team record or when Trey Lance is coming in, stuff like that.
We're real focused on the quarterback spot. I think what's really going to determine how far this team goes is the health of two players, Jason Verrett, Trent Williams. They're guys who don't always play the whole season. And it's like, how many can the Niners beat? If Trent Williams misses 2 games and it's like the Seahawks and the Cardinals, can the Niners win those games without him? With Jalen Moore, if you got to go up against Chandler Jones or something like that. Also with Jason Verrett, once he's not on the field, can you beat a team with really good wide receivers? So I don't know. I think the Niners aren't as deep as they were 2 years ago. They certainly could go 13-4 if things broke their way, if those guys stay healthy and one of these 2 quarterbacks gets hot, Trey. But I do kind of feel like the team's a little bit in transition this year. They're overinvested at quarterback. They're underinvested on the offensive line and the secondary. And it could go sideways like it did last year. Like if a couple of the injury-prone veterans get injured early, the whole thing could fall apart early. So I don't know, man. I want to say 10-7, 11-6, something like that. But I mean, I don't even know what Trey's going to play. Like if Trey can't play the first few weeks and this is serious, I don't know about Jimmy Garoppolo beating Green Bay by himself. I don't know if he's going to turn back the clock to 2 years ago. Maybe.
Well, I mean, I don't think that finger thing that's going on with Trey Lance is going to keep him out 2 to 3 weeks. I don't feel he is. I mean, obviously we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to take that much of his time from the schedule and whatnot. And I feel the same way about when it comes to the record. I don't expect us to be 13-4 or anything like that. It's more along the lines of 10-7, 11-6, because we're going to have some injuries at some point. That's just kind of the given, not just with the league, but with our roster and, the age at certain positions and whatnot, especially with Verrett. when Verrett wasn't in the games last year, you could really see there was a difference in the way or should I say how bad we played as a secondary, especially against bigger guys like DK Metcalf and whatnot. It's just really hard to really play that man-to-man coverage that DeMeco Ryans wants to do when you don't really have great man coverage corners outside of Verrett. And, he can be inconsistent a little bit too at times, in my opinion.
With the Niners offense too, like I think they're going to have a good run game, but I don't know how effective they're going to be throwing the ball with either quarterback, and not just because of them, because of the offensive line.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. I mean, I think too, the other guy we need to be discussing, who I think could be more important than Trent Williams, is Alex Mack.
Oh my God, he's super important. If he's not good, if he gets hurt,
has been so bad since Richburg got hurt in the Saints game a couple years ago. It's been terrible the last year and a half. So I think Alex Mack is honestly just as important as Trent Williams, if not more, because Jalen Moore, even though he's a rookie, he's a talented rookie. And I think Kyle would be able to, get guys to help block that side like Juice and Kittle with some chips and whatnot on that side. But yeah,
if you lose Mac, then you're down to Jake Brendel. I'm with you, man. That's a good call. Jose, I got to take some more calls. It's always good to see you. Got some 4K today, man. Looking good.
Oh, man, appreciate it.
All right, man.
Have a good day.
Soria says, check your email from me. Quarterback in out of pocket data from you. Oh, I just seen it. Yeah. The article is from 538 a couple years ago. Josh Hermsmeyer. I love that guy. He's such a good guy. Teams are excelling when their quarterbacks leave the pocket. Can that continue? Ooh, can't wait to read that. Oh, what a freaking shock. Yeah. Because the pocket doesn't exist. It's a mirage. It's a rumor. Mustafa.
Hello.
Oh,
hey, Grant.
Hey, how you doing, Mustafa?
Good. This is actually my first time in your call, so I'm excited to be here. So, yeah, sorry for the cam, but I'm kind of a mess. I just woke up. Sorry.
That's good.
So, I got a little mini rant with this quarterback situation. So bear with me, Grant. Okay. Sure. So, what is honestly the point of drafting Trey Lance?
Yep.
Why are we honestly, why did we trade 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance, and we're literally back to square one with Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yep.
I don't understand the whole offseason with the 49ers. They were looking for quarterbacks out there. They were looking for backup situation. Even before when they traded, right? Like you saw John Lynch on that phone call on that radio show. They're like, "Oh, we needed Jimmy Garoppolo is our starter. Like, we're looking for a backup quarterback this offseason." Then, 2 weeks later, right? They traded all that for
a backup quarterback
to trade up.
Yeah, for a backup.
And during the press conferences, right?
You couldn't have got a backup at 12 in the third round. No, it had to be at 3.
Exactly. Even in press conferences before the draft, Kyle Shanahan said we're gonna draft a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So after when they drafted Trey Lance, you see this poker face mentality with Trey Lance, just pumping up Jimmy Garoppolo, saying he's this and that, but your action does not say that.
It doesn't make sense, right? Because what you're saying is your action said you don't like Jimmy. Your action said you want Trey Lance, and then something happens where you get to training camp and it's like, no, we want Jimmy. Right. Trey Lance isn't our guy. So to me, the only thing that makes sense, and I've been talking about this all week, is the reports from Mike Silver, Mike Lombardi, Adam Schefter were true that Kyle Shanahan's first choice was Mac Jones, that the fans, the front office, everyone talked him out of it. And he's in this mode right now of trying to prove himself right. And proving himself right means not giving Trey a real chance to start, saying he's not ready. I don't even need to see it. He's not ready.
No,
okay, exactly. You wanted me to take this guy, fine, but it's going to take me 2 years, 3 years to develop him.
And we're paying him what, $27 million this year?
Well, with the with the signing bonus, yeah.
No, because you brought it up in your Twitter.
Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo, right?
Oh, yeah.
He brought it up in your Twitter. We could be saving that $27 million. We could roll that over.
You could roll it over and create double the cap space.
You can create double the cap, and that's super important because we don't have a first-round pick next year. So
right, and honestly, if you're being honest with yourself, your best chance to win the Super Bowl is next year, not this year.
Exactly. And people who bring up Patrick Mahomes sat for a year or whatever, right? But I can argue if Patrick Mahomes started his rookie year, he would win the Super Bowl in the second year. Just like Russell Wilson
and Patrick Mahomes was going from he was learning a brand new offense. He was playing in the air raid. He had plenty of reps in college. He needed to learn a new style of offense. Lance is going from the same style of offense in college to the same style of offense here. He just needs reps. It's a whole different thing.
Right. And think about you're a restaurant owner, Grant, right? Like I have an employee, he takes up like full-time salary, right? But he only shows up part-time. Like, how does that make sense? Like, I'm just using analogies in the real world. If I have a car, right? If I have a car that's like very expensive, I have to pay like an expensive loan on it every month, and it breaks down on me all the time. Why do I still have to go with that?
Especially when you have the replacement in the garage.
Exactly. Like it is cheaper too.
Yeah.
It has better insurance and it has a lower payments on it.
It only makes sense if Kyle had to be persuaded and now is trying to prove that he's right.
Right.
It only makes sense.
Grant, I'm telling you, like, we have to save that $27 million. And fans can bring up the backup quarterback situation. But, like, to be honest, Grant, like, we're the only fan base in this league that talks about the backup quarterback. You don't see the Bucs fan base say this, the Chiefs fan base, and the Seahawks fan base. You know why? Because their quarterbacks stay healthy.
Yeah, but the Niners have a middling pocket passer and a terrible pocket, so they're in a tough spot. And Kyle Shanahan is in this place where he needs to win this year.
Yeah,
and he knows it. And if Trey Lance gets hurt, which he already is, then they're screwed. I think what they're doing is protecting themselves and trying to get themselves to the playoffs, even though they know they're not most likely not going to win the Super Bowl.
Like Jimmy Garoppolo, he's an anomaly in this league because in today's league, like there's 3 positions that like is the most protected: the punter, kicker, and quarterback. You should not expect these 3 positions on your team to be hurt all the time. Especially in today's league. You know, in today's
league, feel like if you're a quarterback who can't get outside the pocket and your name isn't Tom Brady, you're going to get hurt all the time. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger gets hurt every year.
But the league is protecting them now. That's the thing.
Yeah, but the pocket is gone. I mean, the offensive linemen are just as athletic as they were 35 years ago, and these defensive linemen, look at Nick Bosa, dude. No one can block Nick Bosa.
Right, exactly. Like I don't know why. Like I don't understand the infatuation from this fan base when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo. Like I have a theory, actually. I don't know why, but I think Jimmy Garoppolo is loved by the fan base is because he's a good-looking guy. Honestly, like he's charismatic.
If he looked like Eli Manning and played the way he does, people would be done with him already.
If he looked like Mike Glennon, he would be out of this team.
Yeah,
he would be like Mike out of this team.
I agree. Mustafa, I got to go on to the next call, man. You killed it though. Good job.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, man. Later. All right. Jose says also, what are your thoughts on Nick Bosa? I think he'll play at an all-pro level if he stays healthy. Yeah, he looks really good. Let's see him stay healthy. Hard to say. Rich, what's up, Rich?
How we doing, Grant?
Good. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, perfect. You're good. You're good.
Good.
You were good. A little bit of low latency. Whoop. Hot. Heat. Who?
You know
what? Rich, it's not working. Sorry, Rich. We'll try again, Rich. Korean 49er. How you doing? Oh, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
There you are. There you go. There you go.
How you doing, Grant?
I'm good, man. Good to see you.
I did send you some Detroit suggestions because my brother lived outside Detroit for a couple years, so
appreciate it.
Take them as you will.
I don't know if I'm gonna have. Usually, like I would go in on a Friday and like spend Saturday exploring the city, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm coming in Saturday night, so we'll see how much time I got. But I appreciate it, man, because I don't know. I'm not gonna know what to do. I thank you.
Yep, not a problem.
Yeah.
One main point will lead to the other point.
Sure.
With Trey's injury, my concern is the team is downplaying it, like they have all those other injuries that become like, hey, he's going to be back in 2 to 3 weeks, but then he's gone for.
Oh, we had a setback. Or you just didn't tell us the first time.
Exactly. You know? So I kind of worry that this season with Trey is kind of we're going to develop him and hopefully for next season he'll be ready to play, which I kind of find that is a shame.
What I was thinking about today, we're sorry to cut you off real quick, but It's so funny. You don't let the quarterbacks run the zone read in the preseason because God forbid you get them hurt, right? So you do something much safer, which is keep them in the pocket behind the second string offensive line. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't get it. That is safe. But getting an athlete in space where he has the advantage, no. You want him standing still, dodging bullets from all around him, while Tom Compton and Colton McKivitz are just like whiffing. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's smart. I love how conservative the NFL is. That's just the way we do things in here, in this league. Got to win from the back. Okay, man. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, so that kind of got me to the second half of the other point is with, to me, Bill Belichick of the Patriots, he always asks the players, tell me what he can do. Don't tell me what he can't do, because he wants to know their strengths right off the bat, because you can always – you have time to work on the weaknesses. Exactly. He's using what they're already good at and say, hey, we'll work on these and make sure you get better at them. I don't know why Kyle doesn't want to do that right off the bat. I'm not saying Kyle's not a smart guy, but it's like Bill Belichick already knows.
He's proving a point. I'm sorry. I'm cynical. He's proving a point. He's going to work with Trey Lance, but he's going to prove this point first. You're not ready. And I told everyone in the organization you weren't ready. And we could have had Mac Jones, and Mac Jones is ready. He's right about all that. But Trey Lance is the better. I mean, the organization was right that Trey Lance was the better pick. And Kyle, just get on board, man. And we'll see that you're on board. I think he is. Like, for example, the first 2 throws against the Chiefs comes out and he's with the starters. Play action. One, he passes up on the throw and scrambles out. The other one is the roll out to the left, throw back to the right. That's the kind of stuff I would think we're going to see a ton of if he's the quarterback. The rest of the preseason made no freaking sense to me. But the first 2 plays, I'm like, yeah, that is what this offense is going to look like, plus his own read. And then the rest of it's like, shut it down after 2 plays. 2 plays. Shut it down. Got him hurt. But eventually, I think they're going to do that stuff. And I think they were trying to hide it. So I'm going to give Kyle the benefit of the doubt here. But, dude, you got him hurt. And if, God forbid, if this guy misses the first 5 weeks of the season, how many games are you going to lose because you didn't have him? I'm just saying. That's not good. Green Bay.
I'm not – knowing Jimmy's past history of injuries, he's gotten hurt real early, and I kind of worry about that if, God forbid, Trey is out for 4 to 5 weeks because of the chip on his finger. I mean, those injuries aren't the quickest healing injuries, no matter how hopeful we all are. We hope that he comes back by week 1 and is ready to go, but I don't see that. I'm not foreseeing that.
Yep.
So.
No.
All right.
All right, man.
I got it. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. See you. Good to see you.
Yep.
All right. The next dude is Jay, but he's like chilling in his bed. And I got to say, like, one of my rules I just made is you can't be in your bed when you're coming on the Cohn phone. So, like, go sit at your desk or something. Jay, you'll be next. What's up, Lucas?
Hey, what's up, Grant?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I definitely can.
Hey, man, nice to see you again. So,
nice to see you,
so many things that comes to mind. I was watching your last show with Rob, and whether fans like it or not, I do kind of agree with you. And, this does feel like, revenge tour 2.0 vibes, because the Niners kept a lot of vets, and they kind of, like you said, I do agree that the vets are really cliquey with Jimmy. They trust Jimmy. They took them to a Super Bowl. But isn't it interesting, though, that the most anticipated player and the most, expensive, or that you are kind of having a mortgage on him, he's the only player who got hurt. Out of all the injuries that the Niners could have not gotten during training camp, in the last game of the training camp,
it's Lance.
the last game of preseason,
it's Lance.
Trey Lance is the only one who got hurt.
Sweet irony,
right?
Right? This vicious, bitter irony. Yeah.
So I mean, whether fans like it or not, it does have revenge tour 2.0 vibes, because there's a lot of vets in the team, and they're all kind of like cliquey. They
and let's be clear, real quick, their attitude after they lost the Super Bowl was they should have won it. It's not just like we lost a tough game. It's like the refs robbed us. Nick Bosa got hold.
It seems like he hasn't sunk in to the players.
Right. And so they carry themselves like they're champions.
You got to
hold on. We won in 2019. No, you didn't.
Yes, and then the fact, Grant, that I don't get it is that the fact that we haven't moved on from Jimmy.
Yeah.
You do keep those vibes, because he's like, you were the quarterback,
He was the face of that failure.
And then that's the thing, like, Kyle doesn't have the balls that Bill Belichick had to get rid of Cam and then say, no, this is my QB1. This is my guy.
That's a fair point, but really, hold on. Since you're questioning balls, let me just say that it was easier to move on from Cam because he accomplished nothing with the Patriots. And two, Belichick has 8 rings, 9 rings, going back to his days with the Giants. Kyle doesn't have that type. He doesn't have that. So Belichick can be like, I can do whatever I want. The locker room will fall in line. Kyle,
fair point.
I don't know about that.
And true, because Cam doesn't have any connections. He has
0.
He doesn't have any sentimental any
the locker room wasn't
affiliation
tied
with.
to him.
Yeah,
Easy.
exactly. He doesn't have any ties with the Patriots, you know. And then Jimmy took us to a Super Bowl. We haven't had a good quarterback in a while.
And Kyle hasn't had success without him. That makes it tough, and the locker room knows it.
Yeah, and then Jimmy also rides on the fact that he has a winning record too. You know,
and a winning smile.
Yeah, right. I mean that smile though. Another point that I wanted to make real quick. Couple of other points.
Real quick.
Yeah. So that I feel like a lot of people are not talking about it, but who do you think will be the ultimate playmaker in this team this season that a lot of people are not paying attention to? Who has joined this season? I have a person in mind.
Tell me who you think it is.
Trent Sherfield. This guy's locked in.
Locked in.
He's locked in. He's in great shape. I've seen you. I've been following you covering the training camp, and he's locked in. He has caught balls from Trent, for Trey Lance, from Garoppolo during the games. You know what I mean? He has he can do a lot of route running. You know, so I think he's a guy who, you know, he's keeping his head down. He's humble, and you know he's gonna be a playmaker. You know, and the last thing, which is kind of funny to me, why Russ Dwelly to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why does he actually know you're his biggest fan, and why is this fascination for Russ Dwelly?
I think he does. It's because I feel like I discovered him. It was 2019 training camp. I started writing in camp. This guy's good. And everyone was like, he's not going to make the team. What are you joking? And people thought it was a joke, that I was just an idiot. And then he just kept improving. And I just wanted to take credit for the fact that I spotted his worth before most everyone else. I mean, the Niners saw it before I did. I'm just saying. So I've met pretty much his entire family, but I don't spend that much time talking to Ross. I'm not allowed in the locker room anymore. So maybe I would if I could, but I don't like DM him and
cool,
stuff.
Man. If you could do it like kind of how you did.
I will.
I will.
Hurd, I think
an interview with him, so fans can kind of get to know him a little bit more, you know, on the personal level, and get to know his background and stuff. And
that's a good
I think
idea.
he will definitely be more of a playmaker this season. I think he will have a lot more plays thrown at him. He does have sticky hands, and like you said, you know, he's bulky, and he's another playmaker that a lot of people don't talk about, you know. And I think he could make some solid plays this season, hopefully. You know, but thanks so much, Grant, for your platform. Biggest fan, man. I appreciate all you do. Thanks
for coming on, man. Great call. Good to see you, Lucas. All right. Real quick, Easy says, Kyle sent players to work out with Lance. He talked to his quarterback coach who runs his camps. Miss me with the he's not ready BS. Shanahan's destroy young quarterbacks. Look, I'm not going to say Shanahan's destroy young quarterbacks, but all I'm going to say is there are a lot of quarterback coaches through time who'd want this. I mean, what would Mike Holmgren do? Young Mike Holmgren with Trey Lance. What would Andy Reid do with Trey Lance? I'm just saying. I don't know. Something to think about. Were there any more? I don't think so. Jay, you're up next. Thank you for getting. Appreciate you, man. How you doing? Good to see you.
How you doing, Grant? I'm a big fan. When did you implement that? The no bed thing?
I just now. I invented the rule because of you. But anyway, you look much better now. You're much more professional. We got like a whole.
Hey, I appreciate that.
That. So where are you calling from?
San Antonio, Texas.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. So what's on your mind?
Running backs. How are they going to split the carries? Who's going to get the end zone touches? It was Jeff Wilson. Mostert usually gets it all the way down the field, end zone. I'm thinking of this because of fantasy purposes. I need to know the sleeper because Kyle Shanahan knows to run the ball. So,
you know, it's a really good question. Think? Honestly,
or maybe Trey Lance, aren't you?
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I'm saying. In the red zone, they're the guy who may lead them in rushing touchdown this year if he can play. And I think you can probably run the zone read with the chip finger is Trey. But I feel like. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Do you think, because Kyle Shanahan likes to overthink things sometimes, and that may be the simple thing just to trick the defense.
Right, like everyone wants me to throw to George Kittle in the red zone, so I'm going to throw to
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I could see Kyle doing that, but
I think a major part of their red zone package this year is Trey Lance keeping the ball in his own, because I think that was starting to happen last year. You saw it a lot. The go-to running play in the red zone is just the Wildcat, because it's so hard to run the ball in the red zone if the quarterback isn't the runner, because you're down a man and the space is constricted. So Lance, he had the touchdown against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you're not going to draft Trey Lance and play him at running back. You want me to guess who's going to have more rushing touchdowns, Mostert or Sermon? I couldn't even begin. It could be 6 each. I don't know, man. It's tough to invest in any Niners for fantasy football because they don't throw that much.
Yeah.
So who are you going to take?
Split the carries.
Who you can take? Ayuk? Yeah, they split the carries. I mean, it's not. They split the quarterback position.
Who's hot? Who's hot?
I know it's rough because it could be a high-ranking offense, but you don't really know who to go for. So that's why I don't play fantasy football. I hate that game.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's humbling.
Yeah.
All right, Jay.
Wait, real quick.
Anything else? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you ever peep probably not because you're doing the press conference, but see the chats? They're all sometimes about you and they hate you. People love you. And who's that guy? One of the guys you bring on here all the time, always supporting you. He's always backing you up.
Jesse?
Is it I love sports or I love
Last Second Sports?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's always up there.
I feel like I'm bringing a lot of hate on myself right now because the Niners have a plan for the season, and I'm like, hey, I don't agree with it. And most Niner fans are like, who the hell do you think you are?
Because they're fans.
Yeah, and that's fair. I mean, my style of coverage isn't for everyone. I'm a little salty. And I often in the offseason, I'm like, yo, I don't agree with what you're doing. And if the Niners win, I'll be the first person to be like, hey, I was wrong. Good stuff, guys. So I guess it's just, yeah, I can do that. No problem. But yeah, no, a lot of people at this time of offseason, like lots of journalists see no percentage in going against the team, and they'll just kind of, until they start losing, just be like, hey, the team wants to do it. They're smart. I think it's a good plan. It's like, okay, well, I want to be able to be a little in front of these disasters before they happen and not be surprised every freaking year. It's like, oh, but I didn't see 2019 coming either, so maybe I'm too salty. I don't know.
COVID.
Yeah.
All right, Grant, you're the GOAT.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Later. The Rod. What's up, People's Champ?
What's going on, man? Long time no see.
It's been a long time, man. Good to see you.
It has. You as well. I'll make it quick, man. Just a few points I want to make. First thing is, let me comment on the guy's comment where he asked the question why people are so in love with Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, when you go from Jim Tomsula to Chip Kelly and, 2 Super Bowls, 2 losses, this guy went 5-0 his first time there with a roster that was not talented at all. The Niners just want anything possible, anything that looks positive. They want to jump on that wave and ride it. But, like you pretty much have made pretty clear, it's because of Kyle Shanahan that is not going to happen. Let me say this here. I think that the Jimmy Garoppolo experience really was, we got Jimmy Garoppolo before Belichick was able to put the finishing touches on his development. It's like you've always said, Kyle Shanahan is not the guy who's going to develop the quarterback. He's excellent with play calling, but the actual development, he's not the one. He needs to get somebody on board. Yeah. Me personally, I wish that we would have, before the draft even took place, when they re-signed Cam to that 1-year contract, we should have traded Jimmy for Cam. I, like you, believe that Cam Newton is not the polished type of quarterback that you want, but I think his skill set matches Trey Lance's a little bit more, and he could have been a better bridge.
I mean, he can do a lot of the stuff that Trey Lance does. The same kind of running game where you got Mostert going outside and Lance up the middle. I mean, Newton can do that too. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I am.
And the last point is, even you take Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel plays with this guy at practice, so he knows what he's going to get. And I think now that he has Trey Lance, it's like you made the comment the other day, you can actually see the speed that Deebo Samuel has. But, if you don't have the confidence in your quarterback, you're not going to go out there and be the Jerry Rice-Montana combination. And, Niner fans have to just learn to accept that. I think Kyle has a lot of ability to do things, but he got to get past the ego, man. Just as simple as that. The very, very last point I want to make, and I mean, I put the house on this. The problem is you, man. You have the ability to read this guy's mind. Like, Like it's incredible. It's like you always talk about issues that he had, like you always talked about the injuries. You're the reason why we don't have any injuries right now going into the regular season, man. And I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but the proof is in the pudding.
Thank you. And I tried to make a bigger point about protecting Trey Lance in preseason. I probably should have gone a little harder. I mean, I think we all were trying to tell Kyle, dude, it's the second team. Your backup offensive line is terrible, Kyle. What are you doing? And we all tried to tell him, and he's like, nah, it's all good.
He better be glad he ain't getting your daddy.
Oh,
y'all don't know.
He has no idea. He has no idea.
I read the book, man. Your daddy, he's a gangster.
Let me tell you one story real quick. Let me tell you something real quick. I was 20. My dad took me to spring training, 2008. We go to the Reds complex. Dusty Baker is the manager. We go over to say hi. Okay. They know each other forever. And I wanted to interview him for, I was freelancing for NBC or CSN. So I was asking him about like his favorite musician. It was kind of soft. Anyway, before it starts, Dusty says, I just want to tell you something. Your dad isn't scared of shit, and I've seen it. I was like, I just want you to know your dad ain't scared of shit, and I've seen it. I was like, I know.
Hey,
so anyway,
you learn from the best, man, and
Thanks, man.
It's definitely rubbing off. Continue to do your things that you do. If I may, let me just say one last thing, and I'll end it here. Guys, do not worry about DeMeco Ryans. I'm sorry. I'm from Alabama. Okay. He played with the University of Alabama when Don Shula's son was the head coach, Mike. The football IQ was off the chain. The reason why I think he'll be better than Salah is the simple fact this is no longer the Seattle's defense. You're not going to see cover 3.
Nope.
So,
yeah, I'm with you. Hey, good call, man. Thanks a lot. See you, Rob.
Enjoy, man. Keep doing your things you do, man.
Appreciate you. Nice jersey. Have a good one. That's a nice jersey. All right. OG, I'm going to get you in a minute, but I'm going to get Rich. Rich been waiting. What's up, Rich?
How's it going, Grant?
Good. You got a better connection now. Good to see you.
No, yeah, I did. I ran inside. Hey, how many games is Kyle Shanahan's ego going to cost us this year with leaving Jimmy in and not putting Kyle in?
I think that is the main question. Like, I think it's the main question. It already got Trey Lance hurt. And so now I think you can win weeks 1 and 2 with Jimmy. No problem. You should start the season 2-0. It's the next 4 games that to me are in question if Trey Lance can't play. If he can't play at all, they could lose all 4 of those games. Those are all really good teams. And real quick, what they are: Green Bay at home, Seattle at home, Arizona on the road, and Indianapolis at home, I believe.
Yeah, but is he going to be stubborn like he was before he even put Jimmy in? Remember, Jimmy sat on the bench for like 3 weeks when he was there, and Kyle's like, "Oh no, he's not ready. He's not ready." And then he was play that game. He was wrong and tank the season over that.
It's in his nature. It's in his.
He's so self-destructive. It's crazy.
I've been saying it for years. He's the most self-destructive coach in the league, and his biggest nemesis is himself. He's both Superman and Lex Luthor at the same time.
Yeah, and he's a choke artist in the biggest games, so that scares the crap out of me too.
I mean, there's no offensive coordinator in the history of the league who's had double-digit leads in the fourth quarters of Super Bowls and scored 0 points in both of those and lost. He's the only one who's ever done that.
That scares me more than the secondary, the offensive line, injuries. Kyle Shanahan scares me more than all of it.
Yeah, his self-destructive nature, his decision-making. Agree? I mean, his system is above reproach. I love his system. We're all in awe of his system. But that's not enough.
No,
if it was enough, he'd have 2 rings.
And the human element that you joke about that's the problem there. The
system is what the coordinators is in control of. The choices are what the head coach is in control of. And I just don't see a guy who's makes good decisions consistently. He makes some good decisions sometimes.
When he's ahead.
I wish you could quantify good decisions and give him like a batting average here, because it's like below the Mendoza line.
He's like a bully. He's all great when he's ahead and everything's good, but as soon as things get a little tough, he starts making really bad choices, and it's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Get out of your own way. What are you doing? Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Andy Reid's a lot like that too. And you could argue that the only reason Andy Reid has a ring is because he faced Kyle Shanahan in the Super Bowl. The only reason. Yeah. Look what happened to him this year when he went against Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles. Wiped out. Not even close. And sure, he had injuries on the offensive line. It was like, make an adjustment. Oh, you can't. Oh, you're going spread offense the whole game. Oh, you're going to lose. Patrick Mahomes is going to get hit a million times. That was nice. Good job, Andy. Really good.
I joke that Kyle is that he is Andy Reid prior to Mahomes.
Pretty much.
Great, schematic, awesome, beautiful. Mm-hmm. Can't win a big one.
Nope. But
it's just awful.
Now he's got Trey Lance, who actually is more naturally gifted than Mahomes. Mahomes can't run like that. Same kind of arm strength. Mahomes is more accurate. Make it work, Kyle. If you're good, you got to make this work. Because if you can't, I swear there's going to be so many coaches who think they can.
He should have brought in somebody that was
a legit quarterback coach.
Yes, especially with
bringing back Scangarello
with Trey's skill set. Trey's skill set, that's the issue. Is you got guys that are coaching Jimmy's skill set and not Trey's skill set.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I don't know if you've seen this, but I post this on my YouTube channel every couple of days because it kills me. Every day, when they warm up, they do their different throws, but they do a pocket movement drill. I
hate that thing.
Oh my God. So they stand in the pocket and like Scangarello is like directing traffic like an air traffic controller, and they go forward, they go back, they go left, they go right. They hold the ball for like 8 seconds. And then finally they have to throw the ball on a line across the field. It's like, let me teach you all kind of bad habits. Here, first we're going to work on holding the ball way too long in the pocket. Then we're going to work on throwing the ball across the field and getting intercepted. Let's do both at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Rich.
When you play that with the music, I want to punch the wall.
It's like, Rich, you never played the position ever. I know you're trying to work on footwork. This doesn't have real world application. If you're going to have people hold the ball and move like this, you need to give them an outlet to dump the ball off to, not practice the pick six, dude. And you should be teaching these quarterbacks to get out of the freaking pocket quickly. Trey, if a defensive end ever rushes past you, you're out. You're out. Abandon the play. Take what the defense gives you. But no, they're like, you need to go through your progressions. You need to stay in there. It's like, okay, man, well, you just broke your finger. I get worked up.
It's atrocious. I do too.
Man. Yeah.
So, right, Rich, one more thing.
Go ahead. Keep it going. Go ahead.
One more thing I got to ask you is the next time you're on with your dad, I would like to know Joe Montana peak or Steve Young peak. Like, what are you going to say? 86 to 88 Montana, 92 to 95 Young? Huh?
I already know what my dad's going to say.
Is he gonna say Young? Is he gonna say Montana?
He's gonna say Joe. And I didn't live through Joe. I can't speak on it, but I feel like the people.
I watched both.
Okay.
I watched both, and I was just curious on your dad's opinion. I think Steve Young, 92 to 95, was probably better than 99.9% quarterbacks ever.
That's my favorite quarterback of all time. But I didn't live through Joe. All I know is my dad's story from like 1986, 87. The Niners offered apparently Joe Montana to the Raiders in the trade, and they were like, ooh, no. But what about Steve? It must have been 87 or something like that, because Steve wasn't on the team yet until 87. But that's what happened. So Al Davis is right there with you. Ooh, yeah, about that. How about Steve?
Yeah. I'm just curious from your dad's opinion. I love listening to him with you guys. And,
I'll ask.
It's curious.
That's a good topic. Thanks, Rich.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good one. Later. Christopher. Going once. Going twice. He gone. OG.
Hey, what's up, Grant?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, first off, before we get into any 49er business, can you, when you have, I think her name's Sabila, I can't say the name right. When you're as host, can you please keep your eye on your comments? There's a lot
of because they get bad. I try.
They're bad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Grant. I want to comment and say some brutal stuff. The only reason why I haven't, because I respect your show, and I don't want to get blocked.
So you just save it for Twitter. I see you out there. It's all right. I can take it.
It's respect. You know what I mean? Just having a little fun. Remember I told you a while back, maybe like a while back when I told you if Jimmy G gets cut, George Kittle will, if he's gonna want out. You said, and I quote, that would be bizarre. And then the following week, somebody's brought something similar to that question, and now it's like,
hey man, I guess it hit my brain late. You hit me, you said it, and I wasn't ready to think about it. I never considered the possibility. But say it again, because you were the first person to say it. Can you say again what's at stake here? Because I think it's right on.
Because
my brain late.
I was just thinking about it. I was like, man, if they cut Jimmy Garoppolo, what are the chances of George Kittle wanting out? Because I know that's George's boy. So that's why I just thought about a crazy thought.
That's fair. A lot of people in the locker room might be upset if you did that.
Yeah,
the writing's on the wall, George. They traded up for Trey. I don't know, but I see what you're saying.
I don't think Kittle's crazy about it, but I think he's trying to mask it.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's not. It's not his place to come out and trash it, but it's not his place to come out and endorse it either. He's kind of just being a good teammate and pumping up Jimmy, his friend.
And really quick, I guess what are we looking forward to this season? I think that was your title, right? Headline or something like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was thinking more week 1 in Detroit, but I guess people aren't really ready to talk about that matchup yet. I've been thinking about it.
Well, overall with me, and I keep bringing it up, I'm interested to see how the DBs hold. That's including Verrett and Mosley. So my question is, who do you think they're going to attack first, Mosley or Verrett?
Well, it's an interesting one. I mean, you'd want to go after Mosley, of course.
Right.
But the Lions don't have two good wide receivers. They have Tyrell Williams. So if they try to get Williams on Mosley, the Niners could always have Verrett travel with Williams, and I think Verrett could probably handle Williams. They used to play on the same team together, didn't they?
Right.
I'm sure they've faced each other a million times. So D'Amico should be this pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think D'Amico will be ready for that. I think
the problem is when they go against a team with like 2 wide receivers. Like say when they go against Arizona.
That's where I was
now
going.
You got AJ Green on Emmanuel Mosley. I'm curious. That's a tough matchup. If AJ Green is healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
And and this is where I was going even deeper with this, Grant. No one's really talking about it, but what my theory is overall during the season, a lot of quarterbacks are going to attack the height disadvantage. What's your opinion?
What? Jason Verrett?
No, I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking like, for example, Aaron Rodgers. Because let me tell you where the clue was at. When Kansas City, and we played the Kansas City and the Chargers, if you notice, not so much they went deep, but they threw the ball high and deep. Did you notice that? Because I can see it from my TV. That's why that always popped on mind, the height disadvantage. Do you think that's going to be an issue against like possibly a DK Metcalf, against AJ Green?
Well, here's the way I look at it is like last year, remember week 1, how mercilessly they went at Emmanuel Mosley with DeAndre Hopkins, like 15 targets. I don't think the league really respects Emmanuel Mosley. He's solid, but if you have an upper level wide receiver and you can get that matchup, teams will go for it all day. So if the Seahawks can get DK on Mosley, they'll take it. If the Cardinals can get Green on Mosley, they want it. If the Rams can get Woods on Mosley, they want it. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Mosley this year. He's going to get targeted a lot.
Agreed. That's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with it. Because that's something I'm going to be keeping an eye on.
Because that's how Kello Witherspoon kind of crumbled. He was playing across from Sherman. No one wanted to go after Sherman, so it was just an onslaught for Witherspoon, and he lost his confidence.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's all the questions I have, Grant, for you. But thank you for having me on your show. I got to eat breakfast before the Fresno State game.
All right, man. Enjoy it. Good luck.
All right. Thanks.
Later. Hold on. I want to get Shardall. You're up in a minute, but I want to get Jaden because Jaden has been on hella long. It's great to see you, Jaden, man. How you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? Great to see you, dude.
It's been a minute.
It's
been a minute because I moved into my own apartment now.
Oh, congrats, man.
Yeah, bro. I'm on my own. Not on my own. I got a roommate or two, but
that's wonderful, man. That's great to hear,
so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
So basically, I was just wondering because obviously, Trey Lance, he, I guess, quote unquote, broke his finger. I'm kind of getting not irritated, but I don't understand why people are making it such a big deal because it's not really a break; it's a small chip. Like I understand it can lead to bigger things, but I say Niners fans need to take put some pressure on the break and just chill out a little bit.
Let me tell you why I think Niner fans are upset or worried, because I feel like the Niners haven't been truthful about injuries in the past, and Niner fans like, oh, you say seven days, I already expect the setback. Like I don't trust you. So that's probably the reason, because I think a little bit of PTSD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, scared from Nick Bosa times.
Like fool me once, shame on you kind of thing. But you're right. If it's only a 7-day injury, he should be able to do most of the things that he was doing against the Raiders, against the Lions, which is like handoff, run the ball, maybe a little jet sweep, some quick short throws. I think he could probably do all that stuff. And if he can't throw downfield, well, you didn't have him start anyway. He's He's your offensive weapon anyway.
Yeah, I think the main thing that I'm worried about since he hurt his finger is the touch that he has on the ball, because it's already not that great.
Good point.
Like, he has a little bit of touch, but is that finger going to make him have even more less touch and make the ball even more wobbly in the air?
I'm just saying, like,
I feel like
they shouldn't not use him as a runner because he has a chip in his finger. Like, he still needs to be on the field running the zone read. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That's what I think. Yeah.
And handing it off. Just because you get an injured finger, you're going to hand the ball off too.
He'll be fine. I think. Yeah, he needs to be. I mean, I guess what you could say is, look, they can beat the Lions not doing that. And maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. But I still want to get reps doing that for all the other players in the offense. I want to get them experience blocking for those type of plays, executing them, because you're going to need it week 3. And I don't know, man. If that's the first time you're doing it, you could have a lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes, stuff like that.
And the move to not get Trey Lance injured was to I would have dropped Tom Compton.
Oh.
That was ridiculous. He's gonna get him injured. I feel like it was McGlinchey in 2020 getting people injured, and now it's gonna be Tom.
I just don't understand playing Lance behind that second string offensive line for so long in the preseason. Like, most teams don't play their important players at all. At all. Like, Kyler Murray didn't play. Derek Carr didn't play. A lot of starters didn't play. Jimmy, if that's your starter, don't have him play. Lance should have been in there with the starters the whole time. Having him throw so many passes and take so many hits behind guys who are on the practice squad or not even on the team just seems like if any other coach had done it, we'd be laughing at them. But since it's Kyle, it's like, well, Kyle had a reason. There's a method to the madness. So, okay. Hope so. Anyway, did I lose you, Jaden? I lost Jaden. Well, it was good to see you, Jaden. I'll see you next time. Chardall time. Chardall. Oh, no. Chardall.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was on mute.
Oh, for sure. What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah. How you doing, man? How's your morning going?
It's going okay, man. It's better now.
Hey, where'd you get the nickname Iggy from?
My brother. I have an older brother who's 12 years older than me. And so when I was like 1, before I could talk, I started making sounds. And I guess this was a sound I was saying all the time. So my brother thought, oh, I'm going to make that his nickname and it's going to be cool. And then my parents thought, oh, we're going to call him that too. And if that's his official nickname, then they'll be close and they'll be friends. But then, all of a sudden it wasn't cool anymore. So he's never called me that ever again. But I grew up with everyone calling me Iggy. So all my friends from childhood know me as Iggy, not Grant.
What are your thoughts of the Eagles cutting quarterback Nick Mullens? Because I know the Eagles didn't want Nick Mullens, man. At first it was a bad decision to get him. I mean, like, why did they make the decision to get Nick Mullens? I mean, they should have gone for a better quarterback. And I'm just fired up on that. Like, I don't like Nick Mullens at all. I
love Nick Mullens. I feel bad for Nick.
But do you feel when he got cut? Do you think that was like too harsh for the Eagles to cut him?
Well, I think he's got a messed up elbow, man. He hurt his elbow so bad last season, and people said he needed Tommy John, which is surgery, and he didn't have that. And I think he tried to. If he had Tommy John, he would have missed the season. And I think he didn't want to miss the season because he felt he'd be like out of sight, out of mind. So he tried to come back, and it didn't work out. And I feel really bad. He may never play again or play well again, but his elbow is messed up.
And I think the reason why they cut him is that Philadelphia already has 3 good quarterbacks already, so they don't need any more.
Also, they wanted to hurt my feelings by cutting Nick because they know I'm such a big Nick Mullens fan. They want to hurt my feelings.
But he got traded to the Browns.
Who?
But the Browns don't have. They only have 1 quarterback, Baker Mayfield, and then they need another quarterback because they don't. They just have Baker Mayfield. That's it. That's all they have.
Oh, it's the Browns. That's great.
Yeah,
it makes my day.
Yeah, so at least he went to good. At least you're a Nick Mullens fan. At least he went somewhere.
That's a great place for him.
Cleveland.
Oh, so yeah, they have Baker Mayfield, Case Keenum. He's a lot like Case Keenum. Good for him.
What are your thoughts of the Lions and Niners game? Do you think it's going to be a really close game, or do you think both teams are going to fight really hard and try and bring the talent out to the field, bring their amount of talent?
The Lions don't have much. I think the Niners are going to win that game big, even if Trey Lance doesn't play.
How many yards do you think Goff's going to throw? How many yards you think Jared Goff's going to throw for?
I think Jared Goff. We've seen Jared Goff against the Niners defensive line. He looks terrible. He looks scared. He looks skittish and soft and scared against the Niners deep line. I don't think the Lions are going to score many points in this game.
You think
they do have a good offensive line, but they got a rookie at right tackle, and he's going to have to go against Bosa and Ford and Ebukam, and I don't know.
Do you think it's going to be a blowout in that game? Like, do you think they're going to blow them out?
Or yeah, two touchdowns. Yeah, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. I would say so. Yeah. Yeah, I would think so.
But I just like your YouTube channel, man.
I mean, I like you, man.
I just like you speak your mind. That's what I like about you.
I try, man. I try to keep it real. But you speak your mind too. That's what
you don't care about getting rejected. I mean, that's the good thing about being a reporter, man.
Yeah.
You speak your mind.
You can't care if people don't like you, man. You
don't worry about that, man. Don't let that put you down, man.
Yeah, have confidence in yourself and what you're doing.
You know, other people can say whatever they want to say about you. You're a bad reporter. We don't like you. But you don't have to let that. You just keep doing what you do and keep making great content, and then your channel's gonna grow.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Same for you.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get like 100 subscribers, man. I'm trying to go big.
Everyone subscribe to Shardall's YouTube channel. He's trying to go big.
I'm trying to go big right now.
He's trying to go big right now.
I just
He's
started.
Also trying to go incognito right now, which
I have 36 subscribers already. I'm trying to get more right now.
Yeah, baby, 36. So what is your YouTube channel called? Shardall Gupta?
Shardall Gupta 3. No, Shardall Gupta on YouTube.
How is only 36 people following? Everyone here needs to subscribe to Shardall.
Yeah, I need to get more. I need to get more.
He needs more.
How can I have only 36 right now?
What
I need
is
to have
that
at least 1,000.
At least 1,000.
At least 1,000 subscribers.
I have at least 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I need.
Shardall should have more.
I should have more. I don't know why I don't have more.
I don't get
it.
But
subscribe to my channel. They need to.
Yeah, just for sure. Yeah. You need to. Let's go, people. All right, Shardall, man. It's good to see you. Oh, you got more?
It was great. But okay. I work. I go to Great America. I have work in an hour, so I have to start having my breakfast and getting ready to go to work.
Man, have a great time at Great America. I wish I were there today. I wish I were on flight deck today. That's my favorite roller coaster of all time.
Yeah, it's great talking to you, Grant. It's always a pleasure. It's always an honor. And I'm going to see you next time, bro.
All right, man. Take care.
See you, man.
Peace. Shardall, the GOAT. Andrew, what's up?
Man, how you going to have me follow that, man? He's a legend.
Let's see what you got.
Well, I'm rocking my 2019 vibes today.
Love it.
So I just wanted to know, I was just listening to you and Coach Noah Johnson. And you guys were saying we don't have a punt returner, but I think Mitchell did a pretty good job against the Raiders. What do you think about him just being in there?
Kick return. I think he's a natural kick returner. I haven't seen him return. Did he return punts? If he did, I missed it.
You're right. I don't think he returned a punt, but
good kick returner. I want to see Ayuk return the punts. I want Ayuk to return the punts. That's what I want. Yeah. He was really good at it in college. I know Dante Pettis was too, but Dante Pettis seems like he's not strong enough to do anything in the NFL. Pettis is yoked. I want to see him return punts. If he can go over the middle, Pettis can go over the middle. If he can run end arounds and jet sweeps and screens, he can return punts. He's physical enough.
Yeah. Well,
he's just hurt.
I just don't think there's a reason to freak out about it yet because Ayuk, Mitchell, I think he'd be better than Sanu. So, and better than Thomas. I don't know if Avery Thomas got it in him.
I just think Kyle's more focused on the bad things that can happen during a return than the good things. Like the fumble is catastrophic, and then there's always the risk of a holding penalty, even if you do return the ball. I think he's basically like, just catch the ball and give it to my offense. That's basically his mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little conservative.
All right. Well, I just want to throw Mitchell's name out there. That's all I got today.
All right, man. Good to see you, man. Take care.
Later.
Hold on. Abraham, what's up?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I have a question for you.
Sure.
So you talk a lot about like the Jimmy Gimmies and stuff like that.
Yep.
I remember back when we traded for Jimmy, and I believe it was only he sat for about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shanahan put him in, and he did great.
Yep.
I'm wondering why he can't do that for Trey. If he could give Jimmy the Jimmy Gimmies, why can't he scheme stuff for Trey?
Of course he can. Of course he can. This was certainly within Kyle Shanahan's power. He has to want to. And I think I've covered Kyle. This is my 5th season. I think I know how he thinks. And to me, he's stuck in this mode right now, which he gets stuck in a lot. I think we all do sometimes, where you want to prove you're right. And for him to be right this offseason, he has to prove that Trey's not ready. So instead of doing things that make it easy on him and make him look good, they did all the things that were hard on him and made him look inexperienced. And I think that was by design. And Kyle, so now he can turn to everyone in the organization and be like, look, you watching the Patriots? If you wanted a new starting quarterback, you should have let me do what I wanted to do. But you wanted, okay, I can work with Trey, but this is going to be a longer process. You got to be patient. That's what you wanted. I hate that. I hate that. Because if Mac Jones were the quarterback on this team, he'd be starting right now. You can't tell me differently. Oh, yeah. He'd be starting right now. Yeah, and Kyle would want him to.
Jimmy has, a lot of people say, like, Jimmy, he's fairly accurate or whatever, but a lot of his passes are like 5-yard passes. Like, they're not very, and
they're not very precise with their placement. They're like a little behind or they're a little high.
Above 10 yards.
And he throws picks. And he gets hurt.
You know what I mean? So I feel like Trey, I think his biggest flaw right now, like, he's not super accurate, but I think the only thing he needs to work on a lot better is kind of taking some speed off of that ball.
No question. He has to harness his velocity. Real quick, though, we'll go back to Jimmy. The reason everyone fell in love with him in 2017 and he looked so good and got that contract was not that he learned the offense in 3 weeks. It's that in those 5 games, he was so good at kind of like creating his own plays. Things would break down. Like the first touchdown he ever threw, that was the game he didn't start against the Seahawks. He comes in, rolls left, buys time, throws that touchdown, like floating left. It's like, oh, snap. That looked like Tony Romo. That looked like Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't do that anymore for a couple of reasons. One, I don't think Kyle likes his quarterbacks freelancing. 2, he tore his ACL.
Uh-huh.
But you want that, Kyle. Like, I know you like your plays very much, but the best play is the quarterback buying time, extending play, because when the quarterback holds the ball 4 or 5 seconds, the defense just has to hang on. You're just hanging on at that point. Kyle has to get over that, man. Jimmy used to be able to do it. Trey should be able to do it. And to me, I'm watching Trey in the pocket, like holding the ball 3 seconds, 4 seconds. I'm like, run, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? Run. Why are you making this so hard? It should be so easy. It should be so easy. But that's Kyle. If you don't execute it the way he wants it, he flips out. You could gain 20 yards on the ground and be like, but that wasn't the design of the play. Guy was open in the flat.
I don't know. I feel like I listen to your podcast a lot. Yeah. When you and your dad talk, I really feel like they should have gotten rid of Jimmy way before the training camp.
They created the situation,
because now it's like, Kittle, kind of like what the other guy said. If Jimmy goes, Kittle, that's his boy, so he might want to go now too. But I feel like
let's say something real quick. Let's say Jimmy has a decent year, right? He goes 10-7, and his quarterback rating's like 95. It's decent, a little above average. And Trey doesn't play that much. How do you go to Trey? How do you go to Trey next year? How?
Oh man,
it's because now it's like he hasn't really played in 2 years, and he lacks experience, and he still kind of looks rusty because he hasn't played. And Jimmy's like technically a little above average. When do you ever make the transition?
That'd be a tough one. That'd be tough because then you'd be risking a lot, especially.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you got to make this move, even though it feels like he's not ready. Like, okay, that's because he hasn't played. He has to play at some point.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just admitting that you picked the wrong quarterback and you should have taken Justin Fields or Mac Jones.
Yep. And that's why, like, I kind of like how a lot of people, like, not just you, but like other networks as well. They always bring up Trey Lance hasn't had a lot of playing time in college. Last year, he only played 1 game. And so from how I take it is, if Kyle Shanahan chose Trey Lance, and let's say that's the guy he was really going to go with, it was never going to be Mac Jones. So he should have already known this, that he didn't really play a lot last year. So throughout the entire training camp, throughout the entire preseason, if that's the guy you chose, why didn't you start him with the starters?
Yeah,
why wasn't he?
Didn't even give him a chance.
Preparing him for that, exactly.
Didn't even give him a chance.
It's like, and then like right now, the only way I could see, me personally, unless Jimmy just absolutely fucking blows it, how he always fucking does. Sorry about that. I don't want to impress. I feel like he's got to start him, Detroit and Philly. Like, give him those easy games before he gets into Green Bay.
Dude, that's what I would have said, but now he's got a broken finger.
Yeah,
I don't even know how serious it is. So Kyle's put himself in a situation where he doesn't have to make a decision. The finger made the decision. Anyway, guy needs to be on the field by week 3 or the Niners could be in trouble. Yeah. The season could fall apart early. It's a very difficult schedule from week 3 to week 7.
Yeah.
So they need Trey. That's why they got him on the team.
Anyway, I say just start him. Throw him out there.
That's right.
You'll learn.
It's like if you don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo to be a full-time quarterback, get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
Get it over with. You know, because it only slows down the development of Trey Lance. Theoretically, he's going to be kind of rough as a passer the first 8 weeks of the season if he started. Russell Wilson was as a rookie. But the beauty was by the time the playoffs came around, he was kind of experienced. He improved a lot. He was ready to actually win.
Yeah.
If you don't do that with Trey, I don't remember what happened with Lamar Jackson in his first playoff appearance.
Yeah,
he looked utterly unprepared because he'd only been starting for about 2 weeks. 2 months. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, Abraham, man. I got to end this phone. It's great call.
Thank you, man. That was an honor.
All right. Take care. Sorry, guys. I got to end it. It's 11:05. That's the end of the Cohn phone for today. I'm going to do another one during the week. I'm going to do one on Discord where all the Conehead community can come in and have a group discussion. It'll be soon. Nathan, I want to get you first. As Dante Pettis was always scared to take a hit. He'd have alligator arms. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can't catch a ball over the middle, how are you going to return a punt? Lawless Light says, so is Kittle going to act like that high through Jimmy through last year wasn't the reason he got injured? Yep, that's what I'm saying. What's that about? All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone.